Alex, I'll have you go first on this one. Who you got at receiver?
I'm cheating a little bit at the wide receiver position. I'm actually taking two guys. I'm taking Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb against the Atlanta Falcons.
No way.
I am. And reason
well, my
being,
start of the week, let me jump in here. I got to jump in. My start of the week is Amari Cooper, also in this same matchup. So let's just make one really big take on why you need to start all your Cowboys receivers in week 2. This is great.
Yeah, for context sake, I mean, Amari Cooper, you drafted him to start, and he had a good game last week. I believe he had 14 targets. Correct me if I'm wrong there. So I'll let you, I'm not going to steal your Amari Cooper thunder. So he's more of a lock. I think Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb are more question marks. But the bottom line is this is going to be a high-flying matchup. It's a 52.5 point over-under. Atlanta's defense looks terrible. I mean, they gave up 322 yards and 4 touchdowns to Seattle last week. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to stop anybody. Matt Ryan, threw for 450 yards on 54 attempts. So it looks like Atlanta's going to be one of those teams this season that just airs it out again and again and again. On the Seattle side of the ball last week, we saw both DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett have nice games. And on a Cowboys team that doesn't really have a great defense either, I know the pass rush is pretty solid, but I expect them to be in a shootout here. And even last week in a game where Dak Prescott's volume was relatively low to what we're going to expect this season, both Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb cleared 50 yards in that matchup. I know some people were disappointed with the performance for Michael Gallup, only 3 catches for 50 yards. But if that ghost PI call doesn't happen at the end of the game, he actually, turns in like a 10, 11, 12-point performance there. And on the CeeDee Lamb side of things, I mean, 5 for 59 on 6 targets in his first game. He was on the field a ton in this one. It felt like they were using
82% of snaps for CeeDee Lamb.
It felt like they were using 3 wide receiver sets all game long. Now that Blake Jarwin went down with that torn ACL, Dalton Schultz, I mean, the ball was thrown in his vicinity several times. He never did anything with it, whether it was a drop or just like it seemed like he didn't expect the ball to be thrown to him at all. So I expect Dak Prescott to funnel this passing volume through Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and Amari Cooper. And with those 3 options and in a game where there should be a ton of points, I think you should roll all 3 of them out into your lineup this week. And all 3 could put up top 24 performances all in the same game.
That's so funny that we had all 3 Cowboys wide receivers. You talked about no Jarwin in there. For Amari Cooper, just plug Cooper in. We've seen him have these stretches where he'll just disappear in certain games, but this game script should lead to a lot of pass volume in a soft matchup. And Amari Cooper's the clear number 1. He was 3rd on the week in targets with 14, 3rd on the week with receptions with 10. I actually saw a pretty impressive target share, almost like 40% target share.
Wow.
With 33% of those targets coming in the red zone. So I love the upside for Cooper and why I have him as a start of the week, even though he was a guy that you're probably plugging in every single week anyways, because I think he's going to explode in this matchup as the alpha dog in this Cowboys receiving core. And you talked about the snap counts with CeeDee Lamb. We said 82% for CeeDee. Amari Cooper was out there for 94%, and Michael Gallup was out there for 96% of snaps. So across 3 of the top guys on the depth chart, I don't think you ever see all 3 get above an 80% target share. That almost never happens, and we saw that with the Cowboys. I think that's going to be a recurring theme, and that's in Mike McCarthy's wheelhouse. We saw that in Green Bay when it was the Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb show back in 2012 all the way to 2017. So with McCarthy, I think they're going to keep running this. And then, of course, you have Zeke to help keep moving the ball. I think these drives are going to be long drives. And I think you're going to see Dak take a couple deep shots. I love Gallup in this matchup as well. But I think Cooper's going to get everything in the middle and underneath with CeeDee Lamb.
One last thing to add about this matchup that's just a benefit for the Cowboys versus what they saw in week 1. The Atlanta Falcons don't have Aaron Donald or Jalen Ramsey. So, we all expected a shootout between Dallas and the Rams in week 1. It ended up being a bit of a grind, 20-17 score. I expect, the Falcons side of the ball to kind of dictate this game because that defense is weak. And you look at what Seattle did last week, they actually exposed Atlanta through the air. And Chris Carson only saw 6 carries, Carlos Hyde only 7. I know they're going to feed Zeke in this one, but, Seattle probably saw something in this Atlanta defense that they wanted to expose as a weakness, and it looks like it was that secondary. I expect Dallas to do more of the same in this game. And it should just be a high-volume game all around. Everybody on the Atlanta side, the Dallas side, I'm fine to start in this.